Quentin.
Yes, welcome.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you. We
Hi.
can see you. Hello.
Happy new
Welcome.
moon, everyone.
Yeah,
Same
welcome to New Moon.
I wish I could stay, but I'm at a meditation retreat right now on Salt Spring Island. So I just wanted
Oh,
to pop in and say hi, and
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to the recording, and I love you all. And here's a look at my altar shrine here.
oh, good.
Nice.
And we got Chenry Z
Very nice.
and beautiful view.
Mm,
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Wow,
yeah, Salt Spring.
beautiful.
very nice. Beautiful. We connect with you guys.
It's a beautiful day.
Yeah. And I found out it's the first retreat center to be built in North America, and one of the first white persons to be a Lama is doing the teachings this weekend. So we've
Okay.
got a great group of skilled meditators, and we're all
Wonderful.
just getting into those delta brain waves and blitzing out.
Very good.
Good for you. Well, it's
Yeah,
really great.
we're gonna sit on the pyramid for you guys and see what we can see
Yeah,
and message you guys what you can do with your heart chakra.
Exactly.
So
We'll
go for it, because this is like the most important part. That's our motherboard.
yeah,
That's where the mantra circles, right in the heart. And
Yeah, go from
yeah. Well, welcome. We're going to hear more about it from Barbara.
yeah.
And Dwayne's going to give us an introduction
Mhm.
Okay.
this morning.
Well, don't have
If you
too
have-
much fun, okay?
Oh, is there such thing?
Well, really glad you showed up for the
Yeah,
intro. It's
yeah,
always
thank
Yeah.
you.
to share.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay.
Thank you for
Blessings, everyone. Happy new moon with this
Yeah.
fresh new cycle into
Yes.
Nine Kaban,
You
the,
got
right on.
the Earth Force.
right on.
Okay. Signing out.
Good. Have a
But
good
Yeah.
retreat.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's sweet. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're back to the triad, and here we go, Dwayne, if you want to get the intro
Yeah.
of Barbara going. Shima.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, so right off the bat, I can't recall, maybe you've already told me, but where the name Shima comes
Oh,
from.
the word Shima is from the red the Indians. I think they are from the and it symbolizes love. It says
Ah.
love. And there's a song from Deva Premal. She made a song.
Oh, no.
Oh,
She
yeah.
was
Shima.
singing this word Shima, and it sounds like a mantra.
A mantra,
So
right?
I like
I've heard that.
And yeah, it's like connected also to the heart energy in a way.
Beautiful. There we go.
Yeah, that looks good.
So, for those who are unfamiliar with the lightning path and are maybe tuning in for the first time, there's three major components to what we call the lightning path. Dane Rudyard contributes his wisdom and knowledge about the lunation cycle. Jose Arguelles introduced a whole lot of the world to the Mayan sacred calendar, the Tzolk'in. And I've come along and I've found a way that connects the two, the lunation cycle and the Tzolk'in, in a very novel way that's aligned with the orbit of planet Uranus around the sun. So the lightning path is a holistic approach to personal and spiritual development that freely offers a mythic framework for self-discovery, healing, and empowerment. Through a variety of integrative maps of consciousness, the lightning path promotes self-awareness and spiritual growth. It encourages individuals to embrace their own unique journeys while simultaneously fostering a supportive global community interacting via regular new moon and full moon Zoom calls, which is where we are right now. So as Jose Arguelles said at one point, as more of us learn to navigate the galactic median through skilled use of resonant harmonic frequencies, we will merge into the greater life. So this whole notion of resonance, harmonic frequencies, this is the path that we're on. And the image below, the lunar year on the lightning path, you see from left to right, 13 mandalas, one for each number of the Tzolk'in, the sacred calendar. These conform to different patterns, and the one that is at the base shows a rise from 1 to 7, and then from 7 back down to 13, and then starting up a new cycle again. So we're learning about cycles, and through cycles we learn about synchronicity, and it's all wrapped up in this lunar year, or lunar path that we call the lightning path. And just to bring your attention to the image just above the little submarine, this is a crop circle that depicts 13 graduated in size mandalas. I can't remember exactly when that crop circle came forth, but I've always thought, yep, whoever's making those is attuned to this notion of resonance and frequency variability. So what we're doing essentially is moving into a different kind of time than what the Gregorian calendar brings us. When we enter the world of the Maya, we're dealing with 1320 time. So in this image, we have the climb from 1 to 7 and then back down to 13. This is one particular lunar year on the lightning path. And with this orientation, we can actually determine a specific, as we call them, temple of birth that each of us is born into. And this becomes a kind of a spiritual heritage bequeathed to each of us by our Mayan ancestors. And by uncoding the symbolism, we are empowered on our spiritual quest. Now, Shima, also known as Barbara, has been engaged with the Tzolk'in since back in the 90s. And she undertook a very profound painting project, which we believe this is the first panel she created using paint on silk. And over the course of 10 years, she completed all 20, or her rendition of all 20 hieroglyphs of the sacred calendar. So truly a galactic navigator at work. So here we have a sampling of some of her works. And we can use her works to help us understand these hieroglyphs and learn how to embody them. which is what she has done for these many years. And part of that is to take note of the current lunar cycle on the lightning path, because it has a corresponding hieroglyph. And Barbara has already painted one of those hieroglyphs for us to have a look at. Now, when it comes to where are we now, this is the flow, a portion of the calendar flow. We have three years here, basically. Now, I just want to bring your attention to the, just above the Sphinx's head are the two, this is where we are right now. We're in 8 Kib, as it's called, and entering, as Quentin blessed us with his showing up and blessing us, we're in 9 Kaban. That's what we're moving into for the duration of this upcoming lunation cycle. So these are indicative of interrelated qualities of consciousness that we are paying attention to moon cycle after moon cycle after moon cycle. And moon cycles add up to lunar years. And there's a whole cosmology that is decipherable through the careful use of these symbols. So a lot of the work that I've been doing in the last couple of years has been focused on an upcoming celestial event, and that is the arrival of Neptune at the 0 Aries point of the zodiac. So what this means is that Neptune is completing its orbit around the sun, and that's a 165-year cycle. So within this next year, we are coming to this exact completion point for Neptune's journey. So if we're looking to decode symbolism bequeathed to us by our ancestors, then it pays, it's good to pay attention to what are the cosmic elements of this. What are the predictable cycles that the ancients were aware of? And well, let's be aware of them as well. And let's derive inspiration from them. And that's certainly what I've experienced, what Barbara experienced. Steve, we've all been touched by the symbolism, and our awareness has expanded as a result. And there's much, much more. So 8 Kib, this is the cycle that we've been in and that we're coming out of and into 9 Kaban. Now, as was indicated in our last video at full moon, the Barbary Castle crop circle, created in 1991, was a part of our discussion in that last session. It seems that this Barbary Castle crop circle wants to teach us something. And just to share with you in this moment what it's like to be working with these symbols, and then to all of a sudden have a moment of, I call it synchronous grace. There's an opening in your awareness that suddenly brings in connections between previously unconnected elements of your environment. And that's exactly what has happened here. We see Barbara's painting of Kib on the right-hand side, and this image came to the fore. Now, do you see the crop circle image transforming here?
Wow. In
one-to-one resonance with a painting that Barbara did more than, 20 years ago. So that's...
Yeah, good idea.
It can be that subtle. And as Barbara is prone to encouraging us, like, pay attention, stay with the process. Keep with it. It will open. Doors will open quite magically at times. So I just love that way, that line.
Oh, very nice.
So out of 8 kib into 9 kaban. Now this is
Oh.
where we start to at number 9, referring to greater cycles. My experience through many 9 cycles has shown me larger spans of awareness. That is expectable during a cycle like this. Suddenly you're dealing with people from way back in your upbringing even. You're dealing with, well, as we're finding so much now, then there's, I'm stumbling here. There are so many ancient civilizational
So much.
structures that are showing up on the internet. I mean, it seems like every day I come across a new major cosmic temple, and somewhere in India or somewhere in China or Japan. I mean, they're everywhere, these Neolithic structures. And I think that's all part of what we can expect more of in this particular cycle. Especially as we see some of these keywords, completion, expansion, mastery, larger cycles of time, certainly, fulfillment, a grand design. I mean, all of these are qualities are evoked in Barbara's painting here. Centeredness, synergy, synchronicity, the earth force, galactic alignment, what the Tzolk'in is all about. Earth keepers, fluid world resonance, clue tracking, and crystal healing. It's just so lovely to see.
It's actually a whale. You
Oh,
don't
yes.
it is a whale, which is the earth keeper.
Oh.
Whales are the earth keepers.
Oh, thank you so much for that. I've never seen the whale before.
There's an eye. You can see somewhere the eye of the whale.
Yeah.
So it's like hidden. It's not easily to be seen.
Oh.
And the Tibetan symbol for unity is also important, because when we humans overcome our duality, male, female, and that's the symbol of unity in this Tibetan Buddhism. And in alignment with the whales, who are the earth keepers, we are facing Hunaku. Exactly what we're going to talk about.
Right on cue.
Yeah.
I now stop share and turn it over to you. Oh, one last thing. I mentioned the notion of the temple of birth as we just kind of got into a little bit last session. There's also the solar kin. And so I've been coming up with these. Each one of us has a portrait like this, where there's a hieroglyph that determines our temple of birth, and there's a hieroglyph and number that key to our solar source point. So the solar kin, as it's called. And here we have Barbara with a 9 Kawak, temple of thunder.
The solar kin, yeah. And you have a lunar kin. So it's like the male and the female energy. You're the moon energy, and for me it's like the solar. And it's like the right nose on the but breathing in the breathing techniques, it's like, it's like this kind of male female energy, the moon and the sun, which is great. So I'm really humbled to see that.
Well, I've been enjoying going through my files and creating these images for friends and family.
That's beautiful.
And awareness. It's like what?
Mhm.
What's coming out? And it's like nice when you see how everything sort of fits
Mhm.
more perfect than we can ever think.
Yeah, your collection of images is beautiful, Dwayne.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Mhm. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
thank you.
you're
We'll
welcome.
get started.
Thank you.
For my There we go. Can you see that okay?
Yeah, perfect.
It's good.
Wow.
Well, there we go. Thank you, Dwayne, for the introduction of Shima and Barbara. And
Yeah.
now we have some slides here for Barbara to share what
Yeah,
she
this was
has noticed and insights.
my vision on the 24th of June. So it's like it's quite some time ago, but it was after a presentation Dwayne did where he talked about the Aries 0 point, and the facing the Sphinx. Then I thought, well, somehow I just want to try something out and put myself on top of the Sphinx and just just go and see what happens. And I felt comfortable, and I felt like, yeah, cool view. And then I went into my heart center, like going into meditation, and going inside was the moment where everything sort of started happening. Because when you close your eyes, you can receive things or you can't, it's like depends on. But there was a real like vision board going on, because I saw like two spheres, like ages, like the Pisces age and the age of Aquarius, and they were sort of overlapping. And I thought, wow, this is interesting. So what is this? And I sort of just did put out this question, and I got these answers, which said, yeah, this is the ages sort of floating away from each other. So it's like the thinking and the timing, what we did in the time of age of Pisces is floating into the past, and the age of Aquarius is coming more and more to the light. And of course we take things which we had learned from in the Piscean age over into the age of Aquarius. But first it's like kind of a test, and sometimes it's also like duality. I could see like duality is sort of merging and disappearing, things we are so used to. But I think the deeper we get into the age of Aquarius, these things will disappear. And I was like saying, wow, yeah, cool, I can see that. And but what else is there? So then I could sort of sense the energy of Hunab-Ku rising in the horizon. And then I said, what is this? What is this? This is Hunab-Ku. Yeah, it's our galactic center. That's where the collective heart frequency is produced. And we are, as humans, we are also producing, when we are meditating and when we're sort of concentrating on the heart, we create this toroidal field, which is connecting with Hunab-Ku. And on the way, all the other meditators, like hundreds, thousands, all over the world are sort of uniting. And I saw like, wow, this big force we are as human beings. As a single, you sometimes feel like humble, you know, especially sitting on the top of the Sphinx. You feel like, what? You know, you're just like one person. But then when you sort of connect with others, you become this collective consciousness, which is incredible. It's like humankind is really incredible when they're sort of connecting via their hearts. And okay, I said, yeah, this is interesting that we sort of meet with Hunab Ku, who sort of meets with the personal and the collective heart energy. So this galactic heart energy and the humankind heart energy connecting. And then you can feel also this pulse coming from Hunab Ku energizing you. And I said, what, how does that work? And then I was just sitting there for another while. And then this picture came where I saw the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 horizontal in front of me. And the 4, which is the center of the 7, was in the middle and giving me the information saying, yeah, that's human. This is where you as a human come in because you have a heart, because you have a heart center. So we are totally connected. We are the same kind of energy like Hunab Ku, but like just the drop in a way in the ocean, because Hunab Ku and the collective heart frequency is the ocean. Wow, I thought, my God, this is like intense. And what else is this with this 7 numbers there? Okay, this is the heart chakra in the middle. And of course, then the first one is Lam, Vam, Ram, the different chakras, you know. And I thought, wow, interesting. And since I'm meditating, I also know that you can do different yoga poses to welcome and activate your chakras. If it's your throat chakra, your third eye. Okay, I had this information, but then maybe you can put the other picture, Steve, yeah, because that's more, yeah, that's more to explainable. So it's through collective meditation we connect in Hunab Ku as humankind. That's where we are as a whole collective energy. And individual, in your individual heart, you can become the kind human with your 7 chakras. I say, wow, this sounds great. And also I could feel like there's a change of mysteries right on, you know. It's like I'm sitting here in the middle of this information, and I was writing that down because I was just sitting on the top of the Sphinx in my fantasy. So I had something to write it down, and I was like writing and painting and doing all these things. And yeah, so I could see that there is to each chakra, the Hindus, they have also a goddess with it, you know. It's like I did write it down here so you can see it, but the most important chakra is the heart chakra. And I thought, oh yeah, that's great, that sounds like a nice way. And I sort of thanked for the information, but no, there was still something more to come. And I said, yeah, let's go for it, because I felt like I can channel a little more. And then let's have the other picture, Steve, which is like still important to bring our 3 key codes in, because that was more or less an extra to all these informations about the chakras. So it's I think the first one, I would say it's 147, which is the lowest. I'm always turning things around more or less. So that's a key. And it said 1, which is the crown chakra, and 7 is the Ganeshi chakra, is the chakra, the earth chakra. That's where we are sort of incarnate, and where we come into the world. So, and I said, what's about that? So yeah, bring these two chakras into your heart chakra. So we can merge, we can intermingle while you're meditating. You can bring different chakras into your heart chakra. And especially when you put 1 and 7 into your heart chakra, that's the spirit of Mahadeva, which we said like female and male energy, Shiva and Shakti, duality, it's this duality of divine balance. And Ganeshi, who is on the bottom of everything, like he's the most important god in India. I mean, you can't get around him because he's the most important one. So because we incarnate through this chakra, and we can find out about time, what, the time we incarnate, we can find something out. And it's also, which I thought it's super interesting, it's like the divine plan, because I was always puzzled. So we come with no plans, or we just, and our ego is trying to find a plan, what you want to do in life. And I thought, oh, super, there's a divine plan. So while we can go, and this is going to be super important for all the kids in the future, to find their divine plan, especially with this age of Aquarius, kids will lose it totally from the knowledge of the age of Pisces is going to go further and further away. They will not connect with that anymore. They will connect with themselves through experience. Wow, I thought this is like what's really the message of these 3 key codes, is that this new humans, which are going to do the future, they're going to experience. And how can they experience better than with their chakra systems, And in the time of the Rosicrucians, nobody was talking about chakras, But the Indians, okay, in the Hindu culture, they knew it already. But right now, it's going to be the play field for the youngsters to find out why they're incarnated, why they're here, what they have to do, and how they are going. So that was the first key, which is here the 3rd one. And let's go to the 2nd key, which I really like as well. It's like where you connect the chakras, the 2nd chakra, which is the 3rd eye, and the 6th chakra is the sacral chakra, where you have all your creativity and you bring things into life. It's like your creative energy. And here it says, like, when you bring that into your heart while you're meditating, I mean, You can reflect of the past, and you can time travel, which I think I did. Like all the kids are probably able to do that, because that's how they come in, and just via education, via schooling, via mind control, we sort of turn into these ego beings. But we come in quite as babies. We are really connected to these kind of things, and this is also why kids sometimes talk to their teachers, which are invisible, because they are still in this bubble of past memory. And what I thought also in this coding is very beautiful, that you can access different time zones and access the wisdom also. Like I mentioned the Rosicrucians and the Egyptians and all these different epochs. You sort of can time travel there and find out who you were. So by experiencing yourself in that timing, as a Rosicrucian, for example, you can learn what kind of language they were talking, what kind of feeling they had. You can learn a lot better than out of books. So I thought, wow, this looks like our new, this is like how schooling is gonna be, you know, sitting down in meditation and being guided there, and learn all these different things and see where something was hidden, where the codes are. Like everybody wants to find out what happened in Egypt, for example. Everybody is right now very tuned into that. But I think this is why we, it's because we are accessing this kind of new teachings. And it's not a teaching, it's like remembering. When you can remember who you were in your past life, you can also come back to your real life and say, oh, I was such and such, you know, and you learn from that personality, and you can sort of change or find direction in your now. So this is probably in the future. The second key is probably a very important portal where future generations will use this to find out what's useful for the age of Aquarius. Yeah, I could talk more, but I want to get the first key is like when you merge the third chakra and the fifth with your heart chakra. So the third is your throat chakra, the heart, and your hands. So since the head is like on top of the throat chakra, this is like we can create things, you know. It's like you are, it's our creative force that talking, and the head, the mind, you know, it's like what your heart is telling your mind, you can create. And that's what you do in life. You can create your house, you can create your garden, you can create all kinds of things with, and creating is very good for us because it's balancing us, it's giving us shapes. But also, what I thought was very interesting is like we can create our light bodies, the so-called Merkaba, which is like an energy field or a plasma or a kind of vehicle, which we can sort of, through meditation, to culturing it. It's not like there because you paid for it. You have to sort of make it while you're living. you know, you have while you're in your life, being a teacher, being whatsoever, you create your own karma by not killing flies or mosquitoes, or you know, or by being a good person instead of a wicked one. You know, you have the choice in this duality, and it depends what you do with your hands. You know, some people have two left hands. They have to sort of talk or be more mindful or more in their heads. But other people who are creative, I mean, they're very gifted, you know, all these artists doing beautiful stuff. So what I want to say is, like, when you bring this in your heart chakra, you can sort of work on yourself. That's actually the shortest sentence I can put it in. It's like you work on yourself, and the older we get, the more we should know what kind of transport our soul is going to have when we sort of leave our bodies. So yeah, I hope you all know what's your light body like. I mean, I know mine. It's definitely going to be a dolphin. And this is why I always use dolphins in my paintings. So another secret I open up to you guys for the moment. And yeah, that's actually the main three codes, which I'm very thankful that it came in and I was able to correct them. And I'm thankful that Sophia was so helpful to make me do the presentation, because I wanted to chicken out many times. But with the help of you guys, you sort of made it possible. Thank you very much. And let's hope everybody is sort of finding it useful. There's maybe a little more of some slides, Steve.
Yeah, there's a few more slides to go through
We
quickly.
can just, yeah.
You can tell me when you want to go through them.
Yeah, that's how I found out that the patterns which are in long terms, they're all, yeah, that was another thing, that right now with the ending of the Pisces age, everything is sort of zip code and put in files and stored in a library, in a cosmic library. And the cosmic library for the Earth is an Alcyone. And this is like what I was saying, with these keys, you can go there, you know, you can just, with these keys of your chakras, you can go there and tune into these codes which are stored there. So we are all invited to come and check things out. Okay. Hermetic wisdom. Yeah, that's the Akashic records and epochs, which I then saw instead because Hunab-Ku is the one we use now for this time span between age of Pisces and the beginning of the age of Aquarius. But all the other ones, like the Rosicrucians, had the Vitruvian man as a symbol instead of Hunab-Ku, you know. They all sort of tried to find a meaning, tried to find knowledge in whatever they were sort of doing. And also the tree of life, which is in the Kabbalah, is also like a time span where people were sort of looking for things and creating this beautiful tree of life with all these different meanings and using astrology and all kinds of symbols. And of course, the Hinduism, it's very, very old and profound. And they were so advanced of all the other time spans. And they're teaching, and that's why we are profiting right now from yoga teachings, from learning about the chakras, how to use them. And they see us as very uncultured in a way. So yeah, I thought, okay, I will see them like elder brothers and sisters, but we have to do the Hunapku right now. And that's why I'm going to add to all my pictures, I will add the 7 chakra symbols as well with the numbers. So this is going to be the play field where we are going to be playing on. You know, and I loved in the Egypt, the flower of life, the Merkaba, where Dwanvelo Melchizedek, he worked on that as his kind of Merkaba, which is like beautiful to read his books and his findings about Egypt. So it's like we can all tap into this kind of time span when we sort of get into this chakra positions. You know, if you know what you want to know from your chakras, you can do them by bringing it to your motherboard. And I tried it, it works. You know, it's like there's more to find even in your heart. And you just let yourself be taken there. Just, you know, you can't bring your ego in and say, I want to be there. Da, da, da. No, you have to let it, you have to be humble, you have to be innocent, you have to be open and joyful. Otherwise, nothing is going to happen. So I think this is the last picture, is it?
I think we have your chakras we can go through quickly.
Okay, yeah, let's show the chakras. Oh, yeah, oh, that's the Hermetic wisdoms. Yeah, that's something to look up, which this is the way how I got into seeing the patterns of the numbers, you know, because I thought, what is this with the numbers? So each epoch had like 3 different numbers, like the Kabbalah, they had in the tree of life, there was like 3, 7, 12, the patterns. And it was very important for them that it was hidden, these 12 zodiac signs were hidden forces in the body. So that was their kind of thinking, you know, it's like a total different thinking than we use it now. And then I came to the Rosicrucians and I said, wow, they still see it more different because they brought the sacred geometry in, and they were looking in the body that like Leonardo da Vinci, Albrecht Dürer, Shakespeare, they were really trying to see the secret code in a human being, in the body. And they had this coding like 1, 3, 7, 12. So that's how I got into seeing and asking for what's our coding right now. Yeah, and I connected it to Rudolf Steiner and Lady Frida, and of course the sacred societies, anthroposophies and theosophy, where we are always connecting in with Lady Blavatsky as well, you know. They were all looking for something to find what's hidden in the body, in our environment. But I sort of thought, or I got the information that it's really the chakra system, which we can use to tap into anything we want. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Lam.
And did you create these?
These are actually a friend of mine who is there, who is on the other side. he created for me he was a yoga teacher. So and he created the symbols for me because he was also a painter, and he was thinking he was Vincent van Gogh, because he said, I hardly did sell any pictures. So that was his kind of thing. And I said, well, why don't you do the chakras for me? So the inside is his chakra symbol. He did it in favor to do. He made all these paintings for me, and then I used them on the computer. I did put my flower of life, which I painted on, and Illustrator, and make it dim and more mysterious. That's how it ended up like.
It's really vibrating.
Yeah, and that's Ganeshi, the earth energy. That's what also is like Kaban is the earth energy as well. And that's the creative energy. The number 6 chakra, which is connected with the second chakra, with the third eye. That's where you can really go into creative energy. You can really dive deep in finding out all kinds of powerful creative energy and information from the ancients. That's the solar plexus. That's
beautiful.
That's 5, isn't it? That's the chakra, the 5th chakra, solar plexus, and 3, the throat chakra. It's a total portal of beautiful creative hand, heart, and head. So we create things, and we can also time traveling? Yeah, I mean, it's for me this revelation of how that you can make combinations with the chakras is also very new, and I love it. I'm just playing around now with it, and you have to get some practice. It's not there immediately. You have to just invite them into your heart, and then you can feel this melting inside of your heart, and it has to form a new channel in a way before you can sort of expand. So you have to do some pre-working before these keys can work. So it's for the kids. They can do this work. I mean, they will love it. They will have probably easier access than we old people. And yeah, this is the heart chakra. That's the motherboard. And yeah, I mean, the leaves are his designs. You see the gold, the gold and the turquoise. That's what Jim's work was, and the rest I sort of changed because there were oil pictures. They were like really like paintings.
The heart chakra. I'm noticing the triangles in the center,
Again.
Masculine and feminine.
Yeah. That's the third eye. Yeah, when you have your third eye focused on something, it's so different. When you look inside, it's so different. I mean, my yoga teacher, she shows me how I can look inside with my third eye, and she says, "Oh, you should see the colors. You should see forms. You should." And I say, "Yeah," but it's more like it's not seeing, it's more feeling inside, and practice. But you have to practice. It's like really a playground where you have to practice. And the more you do it, the more you can sort of call in energy, which is like changing your whole body, your whole system. It's like you can bring, if you can manage the 7 chakras, you can heal yourself. There's no way around that you're going to be sick, because you can bring prana in any kind of, until the little finger, you know, you can bring prana. So it's like amazing. You become this, you become so much aware who you are, actually, how powerful we humans are.
Mhm.
It's not, you know, nobody really talks about it. It's like my yoga teacher, she says the Western people, they don't understand it because they're just doing exercise. For her, it's like sports, you know, what we are doing, because it's much deeper. For them, it's much deeper because it's also a goddess. And it's connected. The third eye is our soul. That's the soul chakra. So we are totally seeing with our soul. And that's the Om. That's where the crown chakra opens, and where we are sort of building this toroidal field, which is connecting with the other toroidal fields, like with yours. We three, we connect in one. I mean, when we work together, we build one field. I don't know. Just saying. So thank you. I think this is very good as the ending, because I just last night I said, wow, this is the 4, the heart chakra. So I did this in 2020 when we had the lockdown, and here are the keys. Look, here are the keys coming in. So I was already got started through this constellation of the 4 of the heart chakra. I thought I put it in there because it was already like a sign that there's something coming, you know. It wasn't like there was something happening in 2020. So I leave it open for everybody to put in whatever they want to.
Yeah.
But the keys have the lock is 2020, which is 4, the 2, and you don't count so the heart. It's the heart chakra is the key.
Nice.
Well, 4 people did show up today to observe the keys.
Yeah, and more will see this, and I hope they all enjoy it.
Yes.
And we can all connect and meet in Hunapku, in our light bodies, in our Merkabahs, in different shapes and forms. And this is it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very much. This is beautiful. This is Sophia's, isn't it?
Yes.
Wonderful. That's what you always wanted to do.
Wow.
Wonderful. Yeah, I thank her very much as well, because she was really like beautifully like a beautiful teacher on my side. And when I was finished after 6 hours of channeling, and I sort of asked, and where are you? And she said, I'm in the library. And said, which library? Which library?
Yeah.
And
She
I
loves
got
the
the
library.
answer. The answer was in Alcione. So I don't know. I hope she really enjoys where she is.
Oh, I'm sure.
And when she is in this library, she will probably send us much more stuff once in a while. So I'm just saying, we have to watch out. That's more.
That's good.
She will send us more stuff
Yeah.
for the lightning path, because she's on our side. She's our sister. She's really, and she can send us whatever. of
Mhm.
information we want to have.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Beautiful.
thank you. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you, Barbara.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, so speaking of library,
Mhm.
as you were creating this and sharing your discoveries, I went to Sophia's library and took it off the shelf, the Hunaku book.
Wonderful. She left it there for us. I want.
Yeah, yeah, she even left some bookmarks and showing that this Hunaku is really the Stargate.
Yeah, I should maybe order it.
You need to see it?
Hunapku. And her name is Karen
Yeah,
Sphere.
Aaron Spearstra, Speerstra.
Mhm. Okay.
And Joel.
And Joe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's relation.
Joel, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's really interesting. This is like that's the future. What because this is like what the age of Aquarius is gonna be all about. And
Yeah, it's fascinating. It's she had the notes of all the other symbols that are symbolic in these different cultures. Like for the Hindu, it's the Sri Yantra.
so that's in there in this book.
Yeah,
Amazing, because
the
that's what I
Hopi.
was also talking about. I didn't never looked into this book, you know, it was
Yeah,
coming up,
and
so it must
yeah,
have been.
yeah. As I was reading this and I'm hearing your presentation today, I'm
Oh my
going,
God.
you're right on. You're right on things. And
Wow.
with the Eastern yin and yang,
Wow.
the Mayan Hunaku, the Buddha and the Dharma wheel, the center has these three, the Buddha, the Dhamma, Sangha, and they're all interconnected. It's an interconnectedness.
Mm-hmm.
And then it shows the Japanese, the Magatama, that's three spirals.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, all these symbols are telling us about this connectedness and relationships, which to me is what's creating this Aquarian age. And then I was fascinated when I just, out of curiosity, I added up the numbers you were playing with in the chakras, and they all added up to 12. And these three keys. And I find as you showed the other epochs, and they're dealing with 12 a lot.
Yeah.
And
The
12
zodiac.
apostles, or there's 12, I think, is a fairly masculine number in our
Zodiac
clocks,
signs. Yeah. The
12
zodiac
hour,
sign.
where now we're playing in the realm of 13
Mm,
with the moon cycle.
right.
And as I saw in your heart chakra painting, that's that combination of the masculine and the feminine, and using, the beauty of both powers. And I
Yeah.
think that's what's required. So,
And that's also Kaban.
mhm. Oh, all these connections.
Uh,
9 Kaban, I see completion, and of course now with our triad,
Okay.
that's what our Sabian symbol is about completion.
Yeah, I
We have to
totally.
be complete before we can step on the threshold to
And I
enter
had to wait. I had to wait for the chakras for so long because I cannot complete the aura deck or the oracle deck.
Yeah.
I finally got it
Yeah.
out. when I don't have everything together. Now this was missing. This was exactly missing, this chakras.
Yeah.
And it was perfect timing because I would have not understood it before and
Mhm.
after. You know, it's like just timing.
Yeah.
And wow, thank you.
Divine timing.
I mean, it's like, aren't we graced by this kind of energy about when this kind of things are happening? I feel this super grace coming over me by saying, wow, you know,
Yeah.
completion,
It's
feeling completion also. I mean,
yeah.
and
This hunab means one state of being, and ku means God.
mhm,
So it's actually one with the ultimate essence,
right,
and that's where we're playing.
yeah,
Of course, the heart chakra, the place where prana, as you mentioned, the
mhm.
life force resides, where our breath, our mind, spirit,
The
and our
mother,
bodies, that's where we're joined.
yeah. And there's so much more. There's even a delete button on this heart chakra because you can also clean things out. You know,
Yeah.
I do
Mm.
every evening I have half an hour cleaning, which is so good. This is why I never drop my meditation, my heartfulness meditations, because of this cleaning button, because you can clean everything out which you sort of consume from your daily impressions you are getting.
Mhm.
And then you
Very good.
sort of cool down, you know. It's like before I always felt like I'm suffocating in a circle with all these informations I'm getting, and you know, where to put it, where to let go. But with
Mhm.
this meditation, it's very easy. You sort of close your eyes and you imagine that you let all this impressions which are coming like a film in front of your eyes, you just let them go out of your back in like in a fume, like a smoke fume.
Mhm.
And you just let half an hour, you just sort of let this beautiful prana light go through you and clean out nicely, even the good impressions, you know, whatever, but they're impressions, you just let them go. And then you're done, you know, then you're,
Mhm.
and you, this is like amazing,
Yeah.
amazingly useful.
Yeah. I'm feeling all those relationships. So, like you say, if that information is coming in, it's a relationship of some sort, but maybe that's not what I need. So I can
Yeah,
let that go. I can let that
yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Or it's done, you know, you don't want to
Yeah.
deal with the stuff you just saw, you know, but it
Yeah.
impressed you, even you don't have anything to do with it. You
Yeah.
may see some people fighting and it
Yeah.
impresses you.
Yeah.
And
I
you,
don't need to carry unnecessary weight.
no way. It's wonderful. I mean, if you're
Mm.
looking out into your heart, there's much more things to be done.
Yeah.
And I want to do it.
Well,
Thank you for the book that you get into you found on the shelf.
mhm.
It's her library and the library in Alcione, so it makes sense, you know. So
Oh,
if
her
you want to
library,
go into
she,
the Alcione, you go in her library and you
yeah,
find exactly the information.
I have.
Cool.
Things are coming to me that I wasn't aware about before.
No.
And now I know why she was in there, and she just loved to study. I
Yeah.
mean, so, uh, well, I've got all these, I see this, Kaban is about crystals,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm taking a crystal course because we've got all these stones around, and Sophia knew she could name them. I mean, we collected them together in our travels.
Yeah.
But I said, oh, this course came up through Shift, and it's an acupuncturist, which Sophia was, and it's
Wow.
using the stone medicine. And she starts off with saying, this isn't new age medicine, this is old age medicine. And so, you know, I've done 2 sessions, and wow, it's just fascinating taking us back to the Taoist. And now in 9 Kaban, it's dealing with the crystal energies, and that's what I'm learning about this month for sure.
It's the crystal kids, you know,
Yeah.
all the crystal kids, they will have this knowledge, and they just, we just have to let them live and not force old thinking systems
No.
onto them, because they know their own way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the Wu Wei. And
Wonderful.
she started off with saying, no, this is the Wu. It's not Wu. And actually, Wu is kind of a put down by society on what's available for us, because they want to keep control. So they just call it Wu. So I
Yeah.
went into the gem store the other day,
Mhm.
and I was telling them about this Wu and the Woo Woo, and the guy says, we don't use that word around here.
Cool. Very good.
Yeah.
You're playing with stones. Very good.
Mhm.
And this is very needed in the future for healing, because it's not all just like beautiful and da da da. We need a lot of healing going on. You know, we have to heal from our programming,
Yeah.
what we still bring from, because these 2 ages are still intermingled.
Right.
And we're just in the beginning
Right.
of separating it, and we
Yeah.
want to heal it nicely. We want to, you know, the healers have to become empowered by just being, not being afraid to be ridiculed, or like, you know, it's like you have to be courageous by saying, I'm a healer with stones. Or I know, like acupuncture, I put the stone right there because
Yeah.
it's the meridian for
That's
such
amazing.
and such, and it works. It
Yeah.
works, you know. But pharmaceuticals is gonna be on your butt, you know, because they will
Yeah.
not let you do that officially to make your money. So we
Yeah.
have to use this secret thing and be easygoing about it, because
Yeah. Yeah. There's the plant medicine, and then there's the stone medicine, and there's all that available. Sound medicine. So it's exciting.
yeah, I think it's very exciting what's
And I look at,
possible.
you say about the ages, well, I would used to just look at a cliff as, oh, that's the cliff of along the ocean. And now I see the great stone face. So I said, oh, I'm inspired by the great stone face to check out the stones.
Cool. Right on. Alibaba.
Yes.
He had all his jewelry in there in this one space.
Yeah. Yeah. Very fascinating story. I watched that video you sent me.
Yeah, Alibaba is an interesting
Yeah. And
story.
I was out there yesterday because I was doing some sawing on the picnic table. And then I went up, sat on the perch, and said, open sesame.
To
And I
find the
said,
crystals.
and I remembered to say closed sesame when I left.
Good.
Yeah.
The codings, it's important, the codings we need to say,
Yeah.
you know, and then it opens up. And then
Yeah, I just have one issue with Alibaba though, in this
Yeah.
story, that he still stole something that wasn't his.
he stole something.
Yeah.
What was that?
Well, he saw those thieves, and he learned the code, and then he went in, and then he started taking it. And
All right.
I mean, just because thieves owned it, it's still not right to steal. So that's
Yeah,
my
but he was
one.
a strange guy. I mean, he wasn't in the story, he wasn't the important person. The important person was his servant who always
Oh, I
helped
understand. I
out
know.
of-
I know.
But
I
he
know.
was an ordinary guy. I mean, he was lucky that somebody saved his butt, you know.
Exactly. Yeah,
Because,
and his karma was
yeah,
getting him
so it
into
was-
that position by stealing in the first place.
yeah, becoming the same like they are,
Yeah,
being
yeah,
having the same karma like them.
yeah. But yeah, it is the power of the feminine
Mhm.
that
She did it all.
allowed him to live.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite fascinating.
I didn't remember that story either because I heard it as a child, but I always liked it.
Mhm.
I
Oh,
always sort
yeah.
of saw it as a very important information.
Yeah, yeah, it could be adventurous and it could be
But this courageous servant.
as well.
Yeah. So Dwayne,
Mhm.
where's Dwayne?
I'm just
I see him.
enjoying, kind of just sitting back in my rocking chair here.
Yeah, right, right. That's our Sabian symbol for today. At 12 degrees, what is it? 33 minutes. So that would mean 13 degree.
Round it up. Yep.
That's the old sea captain sitting in his rocking chair, recollecting
That's kind of
on
the
all
tone
the.
I'm setting, I think I'm gonna make a point of, well, actually, I've for several years I've done an annual solo journey, just kind of a walkabout. I don't have a particular destination. I just get my gear together and head out. And I found some really interesting places as a result. And yeah, I'm thinking maybe I'll just kind of unplug and hit the road, see what kind of adventure I can get into.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've been plugged into this computer for so long. It's like, yeah, I think a breather would be good.
Yeah, yeah.
And with you and as a co-host, kind of it takes the load off. It feels
Right. I feel this was very magical to create this as the triad with everybody's support.
mhm.
And actually, that's a first for this channel.
Yeah.
And it's showing our composite suns working together
Exactly.
and our Sabian symbols working together.
Yeah, and we can also, since you guys were very helpful to help me to do this presentation, so I think we can encourage others who are just sort of listening and wanting to bring something in. We will always help them, in putting a presentation together, or if not we, they
Yeah, well,
just can be assured,
they can certainly feel
what is
supported
there.
if they choose to present. I mean,
Yeah, talking
We're-
to you and saying my
we're open
Sabian
to-
symbol is such and such, and I want to talk about healing or about dancing or about whatsoever. I mean, we all have a different way of seeing things. It doesn't have, but it all connects to the lightning path because that's what we are doing. It's
Yeah.
this is like we are that's the creating, like the throat chakra, the hands and the head.
Mhm.
That's how we create our future karma, our future being, Being on the other side doesn't mean that you're gone. It's like
No, no.
it's just like yeah, we can see this now. We just sort of living it right now because
Yeah.
Sophia is right there with her information. And she had so many friends. And if there's somebody who wants to also put something in, that would be great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just being open.
Mhm. But I can also see that it's like vacation time because it's
Oh, yeah,
nice
yeah.
weather, it's holidays, so
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be now. It can be, but they can, you know, get in touch with you and Dwayne, and maybe in September, October, create something which would
Yeah.
be quite nice to keep the lightning path light.
Yeah, it's a platform where they can present,
Yeah,
and it
and learn
it's
about themselves.
possibly
I learned
gets out and connects with millions of people.
Yeah, because I learned a lot about myself while doing it. I just had to
Right.
overcome my fear to be to see myself as stupid or crazy. Like what all the information I always got in my life when I would come up with something like that,
Right.
seeing we have to overcome that, you know. It's like
Yeah, well, you worked with your shadows
I
to
can
get
I'm
to get
glad,
through.
yeah. I'm glad that I found that what I need in my life, and it's very much yoga and meditation, which
Mhm.
is the main part, which I never thought. But of course, art and having this oracle done is going to be my sole purpose.
Right.
So
Can you tell us
other
more about
people-
your oracle?
Huh?
Tell us more about your oracle.
I'm glad that you did this golden frame. Doesn't it look great around the paintings?
Yeah.
I'm so happy that I have this Canva possibility to present stuff, which like I also found that now I can present things to, for example, a printer, you know. This is the way I can sort of present things and say, okay, here are 20 glyphs, and I have done all the 13 numbers, like with the egg shape around and with the name on it.
Yep.
So they're going to be 13. And with this missing 7 spots, which are the chakras, I'm 2020, you know, I have, it's going to be very cool to print because I just have to do the back side, which is probably Hunapku on the back. And then the glyphs, the 13 numbers, and the chakras. So it's going to be very easy to, I always wanted to bring in some pencil and a little book so people can write down what they're sort of doing while they're using the oracle deck. So I don't know how this will work out, but it's like writing things down, like you are saying, you know, use your notebook and write because it's all about experiencing the future. It's not about knowledge. It's not about being super in something. It's you want to experience it. It's your experience. Nobody's telling you what's happening. It's you experiencing, and that's why you need a pencil and a piece of paper. So a little booklet has to go with it. And of course, maybe some instructions where you can sort of, how you can sort of communicate with the cards, which is like communicating with yourself in a way. But I love to do the even with this cards I have, with this card deck. But I'm looking forward to use my cards because I know exactly what I was painting, and like you didn't even see the whale.
Right.
And the
Surprised the heck out of me.
you know, it's like yeah, this is like only people who sort of used mushrooms or something, they see things in my paintings. It's amazing. And some people don't see anything, you know, and I can help it. So it's really already painted for a future setup. And I'm working in this direction with my channel. I'm still using the Crowley Thoth deck, which is like, I will also talk about it and explain all the cards one by one, because he and Frida, they were hiding codes in each of the glyphs. And that's why when you do the cards, it works. I mean, it works. I worked with them for 40 years. So because it's this, there's some kind of coding which comes from the time before the flood, Atlantis. And the dolphin picture is the picture which I got when I saw Atlantis. So it's like this whole Atlantis, maybe even the Atlantis is showing up again, like Casey said, you know. Edgar Casey, he said a lot of stuff which nobody believed in the time he was channeling. So yeah, maybe this whole thing going into the age of Aquarius will bring back sometimes some new times, like in Atlantis before it got destroyed, or different. It doesn't have to be the same, it can be also different.
They have dolphin in the Hunaku book too.
Oh, wow, yeah. Here they are. Yeah, because I remember that I helped people into the bodies of dolphins when Atlantis was going down. So this is how I must have known a technique or something that people could slip. This is in my paintings, is always slipping in and slipping out, as where the dolphins are the vehicle. And I didn't know what that means, but it's like I saved people by helping them to get their spirit into the dolphins. And then they could swim away from the danger.
Here's a quote by Barbara Handclough.
Ah, cool. I love her.
It says, dolphins are the angels of the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're helping people find their angels.
Yeah. And they, for me, sometimes it feels like they have been humans and they decided to live in the water. Because they're also mammals, and why, you know, some humans decided to stay on Earth, some went into the water. Why not? And actually it's one family.
Yeah.
And that's why we're back to the whale of Kaban, you know, they are the guardians of the earth as well. And we are just their siblings in a way. So to get all this in our consciousness is going to change the whole pattern. It's just, you know, there's no more time for war thinking and all that stuff.
No.
It's
to enjoy nature instead of battling it.
Yeah. Or destroying it, or, you know, it's like nobody will
it's so
understand.
Powerful. I mean, look at this Chicoutimi River in BC.
Yeah.
A landslide came through, and then I watched an interview by the Williams Lake chief, and he says, this has happened for millennia. I mean,
yeah,
slides.
Is that the second one? Because I heard years ago there was another one, wasn't it? A couple of years ago there was another one where this whole
And now it's
earth,
going to start to
trees, everything.
created a lake, and now it's going to start to overflow and create some rapids and
New
fill up,
stuff.
fill up downstream in a hurry, possibly. But that's nature
Mhm.
happening. But it's amazing all the humans in fear because they put themselves right on the river.
Yeah.
And rivers can flood. And so there's suddenly coming out from the news, everything is fear-based. All the questions are fear-based. It was refreshing to see the indigenous point of view saying, yeah, well, be careful by the river right now. And it happens.
Yeah, it made sense to build teepees to live in. It made sense because you just could put your teepee together and leave the place. But now if you have these houses, these luxury villas and stuff, how you gonna leave that? You're not gonna leave that just because you worked for it. You know, you did put all.
Well, it's a big attachment to it too.
Yeah. We learned something about attachments as well over the years.
Yeah.
Especially when you get older. I mean, then it makes more and more sense that when you close the eyes, there's nothing, you know.
Yeah, letting
That's
go.
what you're gonna,
Letting go.
that's what you're gonna get. Nothing.
Non-attachment.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Mhm. Yes, we have a beautiful day. Another clear sky day.
We've got smoke and blue sky combined.
Yeah.
And it's pretty warm. It was really hot yesterday.
Yeah.
Did you get some of the rain?
We did. Yeah. It helped momentarily.
Right.
But things that
Sprinkle.
came up kind of got things going again. So
Oh, well. And what happens at this time of year where you are, Barbara?
It is hot. It's Kalima, where it's like the energies from the pyramids, from the Sphinx. I'm right there, you know, it's like dusty and hot. But I was at the beach yesterday and it was wonderful. I went into the waves and it was gorgeous.
Oh,
So
nice.
today I skipped because of the Zoom call, but it's
Yeah.
definitely going to be my month where I go to as much as I can to the beach.
Yeah.
And it
Me
feels so
too.
good. It's so, when you're so close to the beach, the heat is gone, you know, it's like you just feel like great because
Yeah.
there's this cooling energy from water and the air. I mean, I'm so grateful for being on this island because all the people on mainlands, they're sweating. It's stagnant, it's stagnation. But here
Mhm.
around the islands, it's always a little bit of wind, at least when the tide comes up. So you have to sort of be with the rhythm. And
Yeah.
of course, sweating is, it's hot, but it's nice. I like it. I like to sweat. Better than freezing for me.
And during most of the day yesterday, it was high tide. So, and it was a Saturday.
Mhm.
So there's logs, a little strip of beach and high tide, and
Oh.
Saturday, and all the people just all lined up
In this little
in between these logs and the high tide.
Wow.
So that's why I just walked to my perch and there was nobody there.
Yeah, you had
And,
something to do.
I like to swim during the week,
Yeah,
take the weekends off.
right on. That's what you have to do as a pensionist.
Yeah, yeah, it's a luxury.
You don't have to be there when
No.
I feel so sorry for the people who just have holidays. I mean, they were waiting, they were saving their money, they were waiting for the time to be in the sun, and then they get the first thing a sunburn like crazy, and or they eat too much food, or they poison themselves with the wrong food because they are not used to it. So it's like I feel sorry because it's such
Yeah.
a short time they have for living, and the rest of the time working for somebody else. And
Yeah.
that's insane. That's insanity what this age of Pisces was really
Yeah, that's
doing.
what I've learned in this lifetime. I learned it from Sophia, who was self-employed,
Mhm.
and then we worked together. But in the next lifetime, it's to come back self-employed to really.
Yeah, do what you need to do. I mean, I don't blame the youngsters. I mean, they cannot relate to all these things anymore. And I don't, I never did. I thought, who invented this money business thing must have been crazy. And I still think so, because it's the ego. It's all created out of
Yeah.
ego. It's not a divine plan.
That's why it's so important to just
It's not
they
a
can
divine
find
plan
what
at
they
all.
love. That's a
Yeah,
bonus.
yeah.
But just become the best a person possibly can
You
in
want to
their
be, no, you have it.
in their trade or whatever it is. Just
Mm.
strive to be the best, and then and do that. And then there's the freedom of, if you need to work long hours, you work long hours and then take the next day off and go skiing or,
Recuperate, yeah.
yeah. So,
So it will change, luckily. I was working for it. So we all have our time span in a way to come in with our gifts and to create. I mean, with 21, I was in India because I didn't believe in the system, because I wanted to change
yeah.
this money thing, because they said, okay, we try somehow to live together with no money exchange. It was a disaster when we were there in trying it, but at least we tried it, at least
Yeah.
we made an effort to see how we can change the world. And these young people will do the same, and they will find a solution. I'm not worried about them at all. I just want them to take some beautiful gifts, which we leave behind. And maybe they can just, like we are playing, like I was playing all my life, 40 years with the tarot cards, And I knew that I can read them. It wasn't like I learned it. I just tapped into it. So I must have used my chakra systems already then, because I knew it from another lifetime. So we remember things.
Yeah, it seems like each generation needs to discover
Their
where they're
task.
at.
Yeah,
Yeah, 21. Yeah, they wanted to send me to war, and I said I'm not going.
Yeah.
So I was in the forest.
Yeah, that's the game, That's how the mind control works, to defend your country.
Yeah. Madness. But then it's forgiving what it is they're trying to do. It's like there's a forgiveness that has to come out, or otherwise, as you were saying, if I hold on to that relationship that way,
Mhm.
then I become bitter or resentment or
Mm. Yeah,
hatred,
clean it out.
and not cleaning it out in my
Metaphor.
meditation.
Yeah,
Let it go up in smoke.
yeah, yeah. That's very helpful. I'm so thankful for that.
I had that the fire was coming out of my hands. Like I was getting prickly heat,
Oh,
and
from working?
just from being in that heat, and I did the fire ceremony, and
Mhm.
it was just a little overheated.
Mhm.
And that element, that was just that was the hardest one,
Yeah,
because it's just so final.
yeah.
Mm.
Shiva doesn't like fire. Shiva likes
Yeah.
water. He has also the
Yeah,
fountain.
I'm a water element, so it
So
was
you burned your
very
finger.
fascinating. I mean, I need all the other elements, but there was something there. So, but then I went to the library where all these different healing modalities are, and
All
here
right.
was first was watermelon.
Okay.
Watermelon, that's actually Asian medicine to bring the heat down, and
Yeah, I
then
love
aloe vera. That aloe vera, I remember. I think that was a trend in the 70s. Everybody had an aloe vera plant.
Yes, we hippies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used it a
And
lot. It's against sunburns and stuff.
yeah, but I
I-
found this 99% aloe vera soothing gel,
Mhm.
organic, vegan, and I put it on, and in one day
It was
it's
fun.
healed. It's healed up.
Very good.
Yeah, it was magical. So thank you, aloe vera. Thank you, plant medicine. Thank you, library.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Anything else?
Dwayne,
I'm
you
pretty
have
good.
plans? You have plans? You just want to get out of here. You're gone. You're
Wants
like,
to start
I'm out of
packing. Start packing.
here.
Well, if I go according to plan, the cafe here, the um, single restaurant in town, are having 3 days of music,
Oh my
open mic kind of situation.
God.
I've in the past already committed to being there on Sundays for that experience, so I'm going to pull in later on and with my guitar and see if I can make some music with folks.
Oh, nice.
It should be fun.
Oh, Dwayne, don't forget to take this soundtrack with you with the people at night where they were like make these cowboys.
Yeah, that was so beautiful.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Maybe you can take it with you, somehow and put it with your music. Bring it in, bring it on, because that's like really, really like with the fire and the smoke and
I so wish I had gotten a longer segment, but
yeah, but you can sort of maybe use it
Create a loop.
digitally and play a loop. Yeah, right on. And
What's
this
the
is
title of it? Is Space Cowboy?
so, no, but that works pretty good.
Space
It was
Cowboys.
amazing. It was amazing sounds and just that light
And
yeah, it was very cool.
and this lady with the glowing fingernails.
Oh,
I
so great.
just was like, what? She showed you the fingernails? Did you see it?
Yeah, just a very dim, but it was there. I got it.
Wow.
I could see why she was excited about it because it was really dark. I mean, these people were going through the brush, which can be really thick.
And there are
The light.
snakes and everything.
There was no moonlight at that time either. Oh yeah, there were snakes out there. There's barbed wire.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Barbed wire.
Yeah, no, there was one spot we all stopped, and there was quite a commotion around the barbed wire part, because that was deadly, you know. But
Yeah.
And they were chasing goats or sheep or horses,
cows.
cows.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, and they can stumble at night, you know. It's like not a very, it's a very strange, you have to be very together
Yeah.
to do that at night to
Oh, and
save your cows.
they were wanting to go off in all different directions, you know.
Yeah.
And they get confused as to where they are, and then they get upset, you know. So the cowboys are just, you know, really keeping them together and singing to them,
Yeah.
you know, and it was, yeah, it's so beautiful.
Wow. I liked your pic of the photograph you took of the bighorn sheep in the
Over in
meadow.
field, yeah,
Yeah.
just over.
Yeah, you have to
Got
protect.
a refreshing feel to it.
Mm,
Like it's not all burned, you know. We do
right.
have some green.
Right. But they had to come down off the mountain, or do they hang out there?
Well, they come and go, you know.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that was the first time they came down. No, it's a regular thing.
Okay.
And you know, they go up when they have their babies, they go up higher, and then they
Mhm.
come down with their little babes, you know, and we get to experience that. It's going to be quite a few of them too.
Oh, good.
I'd say there's 30 or 40, you know. Then they spread out a little, so you'll get some up here and then some over here, and
Mhm.
yeah. But always enjoy spotting them, especially when you get, you know, the big curl on the rams. That's
Yeah.
pretty special, especially for a moon in Aries like myself. I'm living in the right place.
Yeah, and you did get a haircut. That's
Yeah,
right. So
yesterday.
summer haircut. Very good.
I am prone to just letting it go, as you know. I see myself so often, it's like, oh God, I better do something with that.
Time, yeah. I hope you guys have a beautiful summer. And I did listen to some astrology in Facebook or in YouTube, and it said Canada is going to be in the future a very. So I just want to put it out because it's so positive. It said it's going to be the most playful place and the most creative place. I want to keep on visualizing you guys having a lot of fun and creative energy and output, because there are beautiful people in Canada.
Yeah.
And in the future, it's going to be a spot where everybody wants to go. They're going to be liberated for some reason. Astrologically, this lady saw it. And
Nice. I like that.
yeah, I like it because it's so needed. It's so needed. So it's the future. The Canadians have something special, or something special is going to happen in Canada, where the rest of the world will just want to go to Canada because it's so creative and so beautiful. Like with you know, when they did this peaceful trek with the big cars, you know, it's like the Canadians can be so peaceful, so creative, and they bring in, they are so open also to different cultures.
Yeah.
They're not very you know, we are just Canadians and we want to be alone. No, they're open-hearted. So I thought this is maybe some good information
Mhm.
politically
Great
to see you guys in this spirit, because
Yeah, well, hopefully
we
others
need some place in the world
others
where everything
others can
Yeah.
emulate and try it at home. Try this at home.
exactly. And it always has this effect, you know, when somebody does it and goes for their liberation, for their freedom, everything, it falls like into place, like they copy it. We are like these monkeys. When
Mhm.
some monkey is able to peel an orange, and the other ones can do it too.
Right.
Okay,
All right.
so that was my
Good, yeah,
wish.
thank you.
Yeah, that's a lovely way to close out.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. See you guys and have lots of fun.
Well, you too.
Yes,
But
Let's stay connected.
yes, we shall. Thank
say hello
you.
to the dolphins for us.
Yeah, I will. Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Love you.
Love you guys.
You-